So my topic is psychedelic trance. It goes back into the 60s, the hippie movement. So my first painting is called The Good Trip and The Bad Trip. Now the reason why I decided to name it The Good Trip and The Bad Trip, because you can view this painting in two types of ways. If you look at it like this way, you can see the sun and then you see the stars, right? So from here, the sun depicts, power and what do you say? Like higher authority. And back in the days, Egyptians used to worship the sun. So sun is known as God. So this is known as a good trip. If you happen to look at it the other way around, it's known as a bad trip because then the stars come on the top. The stars overpower the sun. And stars in ancient Greek mean that there's a storm coming or there's some ominous thing going to come. So that's the reason why I decided to name it A Good Trip and A Bad Trip. And also the reason why I decided to paint the background as a galaxy, because when you're on an acid trip, you're out of the world. You're not, you have no idea what's happening in the world. You're out of the world. So
it's the whole universe.
The whole universe, yes. So that's the idea behind this.
And how much time?
This painting surprisingly took me a lot of time. It took me 6 months because to get the perfect shades for the galaxy, it took a long time. So I had to paint blue and then put purple and then pink just to get the perfect results. My next painting is Out of Mind and Out of State. Now, as you can see, it's the continents, but the reason why I decided to paint them, again, the universe, because this is also related to a psychedelic trip. I used the colors green, yellow, red because Bob Marley obviously was known for these three colors, and he was famously known for his ganja. So, this is about a trip. When you smoke ganja, you're out of this world and out of your mind.
So what made you think this as a theme?
I was really influenced by the music. I used to listen to psychedelic music, and I was really inspired because this is one topic which you can experiment a lot, and you can just put in all your creativity, anything that comes to your mind, anything that's random, and yet aesthetic. So that's why I decided to choose this topic. These two paintings are multiple personality disorder, but they don't really go with my theme. These are just extra pieces. This piece is an abstract piece of the multiple personality disorder. You could see the different shades. I use different shades because this is one personality, this is another one, and this is another one. So these are the different types of personalities, and this is the brain. So these are the different types of personalities. And you see these are the veins. The reason why I decided to make the veins colorful was because the different types of thoughts and the personalities flowing through blood. And this was just...
When did you make this?
Oh, this just took me a day. I was practicing, but yeah, these are my extra pieces, not my exhibition. The next one is trance, again. I have got two sides of it. This side is your world without trance. You're completely normal. You don't imagine things. You're just
Still.
You're not still, but you're like compressed. Like you compress in a box. You can't think out of the box. So with trance, you can think out of the box. You can explore different types of things. That's what it means. And I use my hair extensions for this to make a more realistic effect. So, my next painting is Disconnected. This painting is about how you're disconnected from thinking other things. Like in school, you're just taught, whatever you learned in school, you're just supposed to focus on that. You're not allowed to be creative. You're just supposed to be, textbook oriented. But this shows that this, as you can see, I've drawn a very basic face because that's like an infant or a baby, and how they want to think. Like babies are really imaginative and they always love imagining things, but The bond is how they're detached from thinking out of the box. They're not allowed to. As you can see, it's Scott. He wants to think about it, but he can't because it's not. It's bond. And I've used different colors to show the different types of thoughts. Which one's the bond part? The bond part? Yeah, again, that's being disconnected from your thoughts. These are the thoughts. This goes out to the universe, but he can't even make it there because he's cut out from the universe. That's my piece. This is an installation. This is supposed to actually be a living room. Okay, so I made it look like, not a living room, but like a room in a house of a person who goes on acid trips. So I made this clock. The reason why I called it the non-existent hour, because in a day we have only, a clock is just from 1 to 12. But this is from 1, it's 13. The reason why it's 13 is because that hour doesn't exist. And the reason why I've made the moon and the stars, because it doesn't exist on this planet, it exists out of this planet, so it's out of this world again. And these pictures, as you can see, represent the cult groups.
This you got it from the internet?
No, these are my friends. That's Kushi, that's Tejasvi.
Oh, you all did it? Okay.
Yeah, we did it. So it's just the edit that makes it look, yeah, that's
So
why.
on lens media, they have to be very creative with the lens media.
So
Who is this?
this is Tejasvi.
Okay.
They just
Yeah, that's Kushi, that's Tejasvi. So I made it look like, because I've used dark filters so it can look like they're from cult groups. Cult groups are very dark, so that's why I use dark filters. The reason why I put roses here is because, as you can see, normal roses don't have this blue outline to it, and they don't have these outlines. Like, these were supposed to be white roses. I put them in ink so they could, absorb the color and they could give a special effect. So these roses, again, don't look like they're from Earth, they look like they're from somewhere else. So someone who's on a trip will look at roses like this. Yes. My other painting is the past, present, and future. I've used 3 black cats because black cats are known to be ominous, but I wanted to show people that black cats are not ominous. That's why I used black. The cat looking to the left is looking back into the past. Cat looking in the front is obviously the present, and the cat looking to the right is the future. The reason why I made these waves is because those are the thought processes. So those are like, thinking constantly about the past, present, and future. That's why I made those wavy lines. This painting is Lord Shiva. Now the reason why I chose to depict Lord Shiva like this, because if you have to see a picture of Lord Shiva, you'd see him very sophisticatedly sitting on, a bench, and he wouldn't be holding ganja in his hand. Not many people think he smokes ganja, but he does. He is known as the destroyer and the creator of the universe. And the reason why I decided to use him as my art was because he's one god that takes you to the spiritual world. Yes, he's a creator. He's the creator. He can take you to a spiritual world.
You used to spend a lot of time on it. It seems to be there. Nowhere else.
So that's the thing. My last painting is known as the LSD. The reason why I gave it a scientific name is because that's a scientific name for LSD. So this is just the LSD effects on the brain, like the side effects of LSD. This is how you see the world. So I made a collage of the different types of trips that a person goes through. And if you look closely, these are like hallucinations. If you look closely, you'll be able to see like small objects or details. Like you may probably see like a girl or a man standing here, but I may not see it. So that's what your imagination tells you and what my imagination tells me. So this is completely on
This
the
is all your
audience.
drawings.
Yeah, all of the
Each one.
technique, you just
Yeah,
explain the technique.
okay, I'll tell you the technique. This is the Turkish technique. It's called Ebru painting. It's made based on ink, turpentine, and water. So you need to like drop 1 drop of turpentine and ink, and then you just have to put the paper in the water. So it's just a print thing. But
And it just comes in any form.
Yeah.
no, it doesn't come in any form. You can make designs, but sometimes yes, obviously they do come in different designs. So like you may see, let's say a jellyfish here, but I don't see this as a jellyfish. I could probably see this as an oyster or a solar system or a nebula. It's all based on the audience's perception,
How you feel it.
the way you feel. So this
Whenever I
is
look at moon, I feel one mother is holding a child.
Yes, exactly.
Have you
From the
noticed?
childhood.
I haven't really noticed it, but I will notice.
Yeah.
I've never really noticed it. For me, the moon was always
No,
like
but when you look at moon, if it's a full moon,
Yeah.
Yes.
you can see a woman holding a
Baby.
baby in her lap. That is the shape. I don't know. That's how you
exactly.
look at
That's
it.
how you depict it. But
So
I
maybe
depict
somebody
it.
else will look at
Yes.
it in a different way.
So
They are actually the rocks.
yes.
But when you see from here, it looks
It's
different.
it's all based on your own interpretation.